Okay. Well, for some reason, Google just told me that Mobizen stopped anyways. Hey guys, and welcome to my third Rolling Sky recording today. I'm trying to get back into recording. Basically, what happened was over the last month, because it was like the last month of school, I was like super hyper and stuff, but I didn't really feel like recording a lot. But now that summer's started, like, we just started, our second week of summer. But yeah, not really that it matters, yeah, I'm getting more into recording again. I said I was gonna record some Dragon Mania Legends, so I gotta not fall back on that promise. And I'm just gonna give, a recap of what I was trying to do in the game. As you guys remember, my first goal was just to, beat the game originally, but then what happened was when I got to Relics, I felt like the 5-star levels were really tricky, so I decided to do these 1 to 4-star levels with all gems of crowns. So what I did was, I beat all the 1 to 4-star levels normally. Well, not normally. Most people do it the perfect way. So I did it the easy way, and then I did them all the perfect way, and if I have to give difficulties, obviously they're rated for the easy way. None of the 1-stars gave me, like, any trouble the easy way. The 2-stars, I will admit, Fairy Tail is a little bit overrated. And they start to get tricky around Joker. Laser and Dazzle definitely have a few pretty tricky parts in them. Even though they're only 2 stars. And the 3 stars were all mildly tricky, but not too tricky. Wait a freaking second. Okay, I don't know what the heck just happened. All the 3 stars were mildly challenging. That's all I can say, is that 3 stars were all were mildly challenging. Again, I will give a slight complaint with a few of the ratings on them, as I definitely feel Matrix should be rated at least a little bit higher, if not higher than Forest. And I feel like Candy, I feel like it should go, Monity should be right here, because Monity is definitely easier than Matrix. And then, like, Matrix would be, like, right here, maybe right here, and then Candy would be in the other spot of the two. And then Forest should go down where Candy is. Desert and Kung Fu are fine, they are very close in difficulty, but I don't generally care. The 4-star levels are where the ratings start to get more messed up, but that's where the levels start to get quite a bit more difficult. I found Circus to be one of the hardest 4-star levels. I actually found Circus to be the second hardest 4-star level, yet it's rated as the easiest one, so yeah, I feel like the rating on that one's not very good. Volcano is definitely the easiest 4-star, definitely easier than Circus. Ghost Dance and Ignite and City, I feel like all those were easier than Circus. The only 4-star that deserves to be 4 stars that was harder than Circus was Psytech. Because Tetris is definitely easier than it's rated. It should be like, it should be just, it should be where Psytech is. Actually, no. They should all be pushed up 1, except for Circus, which should be where Psytech is. Psytech should be where Tetris is. Tetris should be where City is. And, of course, because they'll be pushed up, City will be where Ignite is. If that makes any sense. And then Egypt, luckily I beat all the 1 to 4 stars before this hellish level came out, because Egypt is a great level, but the rating is so absolutely terrible, it makes me just complain to myself. This is not 4 stars, okay? If you're going into the 4 stars feeling confident and you just beat Tetris and you're just going down the list, I mean, I get it, Psytech is harder than Tetris, but Egypt is way harder than either of them. Egypt is harder than some 5 stars. Egypt Do not go into Egypt before you at least try out a few 5-star levels. I mean, you could try it out, but you'll probably regret it, as it'll be very hard. And then for these levels, doing it the perfect way, of course it depended on the level. Generally the time they were made depended too. Cloud was extremely easy. All the gems were free. I found it to be like the easiest level in the game to do the perfect way, in my opinion. Cloud is just super easy. There's not one hard gem in this level. Massive had one slightly tricky gem. But once you get the hang of it, it's easy. Massive was easy. Poop Dream was pretty easy. Just had one pretty tricky gem. The Winter was easy. I mean, one gem looked really hard, but it wasn't. It was just kind of eh. Clown Park was a little difficult. It's the only 1-star besides 8-bits, which had relatively difficultness to it. Because Clown Park has one of the hardest gems in the game towards the end of the level. People actually called it the hardest gem in the game. I do disagree with that, but it is a very hard gem. Illusion was back then when they had 20 gems in the levels. Same as Massive. Illusion was also easy. It had one, I guess, mildly difficult gem. Actually, no, it was only slightly difficult. And you have 8-bits, which 8-bits was not supposed to be 1-star, it's supposed to be 2-stars, so because of that, 8-bits is currently the only 1-star level in the game which has crowns. In my opinion on this level, because it has mystery boxes, it was very difficult. Especially like the last 25%. The last 15% is what I mean. The last 15% of this level is extremely difficult to do the perfect way. You're gonna need a lot of practice if you want to try out this level. I'm just saying, you will. The Eye of Horus, some of the gems were a little tricky, but I didn't find them to be too bad. The 2-star levels, again, varied, even though they definitely got harder than the 1-star levels. Sky was free. No hard gems whatsoever. Extremely easy. Mental Rave looked a little tricky, but it wasn't, to be honest. It was actually quite easy for a level with crowns. Joker was not too bad, but it sucked. It sucked because the last gem is, in my opinion, I think the last gem in this level is the hardest gem in the game. The last gem that was at 95% in Joker just takes, it was so annoying. Fairy Tail was quite easy. Halloween Escape was annoying. 70% in that level. The second crown. Laser was only annoying because of the reverse part with that new thing that Ignite introduced back in November. Dazzle. Dazzle, currently, the hard way, this has been the hardest level to do the perfect way so far. I mean, it's not the hardest level overall so far. I feel like that would be World Cup, but this is the hardest to do the perfect way so far. So far. But not only, there's like the first 40% wasn't too bad. There were 1 or 2 gems which be a little annoying. And once you get to like 50%, all the gems just get boosted in difficulty. All the gems are very hard. And then you run into the crowns. Now the second crown is not too bad. You just had to be focused, but the first crown was annoying as heck. And the third crown is easily the hardest crown I've ever gotten so far. Or gem. That applies to gems too. Gems are generally easier than crowns, but the crown in this level, That's like the hardest, one of the hardest things I've ever done. Matrix was another very difficult one, because it had mystery boxes, and it was even worse than 8-bits in my opinion. Monody wasn't too bad. You just had to get the last crown right. Forest, again, last crown was the only one which could give you any trouble. It was quite easy. You just had to be able to beat the level itself, and the gems were very easy. Practically free. Candy had mystery boxes, so it was a little tough, but I found that it was easier than the other levels that had mystery boxes. That's what I'm gonna say. With the levels that had mystery boxes in them, this one was easier than the rest. Desert was super easy because it only has gems. Kung Fu had one crown which I was confused about for a long time, because it was originally bugged and people used the bug to get it, so all the videos on YouTube just show people getting it with the bug. But now that the bug's been patched, you have to get it a different way, which is quite a bit harder. But it's still not too bad in my opinion. Yeah, it's definitely not too bad. It's just the bug confused me because I had no idea how to get it. There's another way to get it. It's not too bad. I mean, it's a little annoying, but it's not the worst. It was still pretty tough though, I will admit. Kung Fu was still a little tough. Especially because of a few of the gems. Circus was only tough because of the level itself. The gems and crowns weren't really that hard. The third crown was super easy, but the problem was that it was at the very end of the level, which it ended up being in a horrible spot because this level is a huge full ending, that made that difficult. I don't know what to say about the gems. None of them gave me that much trouble, to be honest. Well, there was one, but that was like a 78%. No, 75. Volcano was practically free. Just extremely easy gems and no crowns to deal with. Same as Ghost Dance. Ghost Dance was even easier. I remember the first time I beat this level, I incidentally got all 20 gems. Back then, in 2017. When I used to play this game without recording it because I used my old tablet, which did not work with recordings for no apparent reason. Yeah, I actually aced this level and got all the gems somehow. Ignite wasn't too bad. People say it's harder than it is from what I know. The hardest one was actually a gem. And there were two pretty difficult gems, and if you could get past those gems, none of the crowns were too bad. Like, the third crown was a little annoying, but that's it. City was kind of medium-ish. The only reason why it wasn't easy was because the level itself was kind of hard. Sci-Tech 2. Tetris was pretty easy. I'll admit, Tetris was pretty easy. Actually, it was kind of mediocre because, as I said, the level itself. For some reason, I actually don't know why I did this. I did Egypt with all the gems and crowns. Oh yeah, and after I did all those with the gems and crowns, did these 5 stars, which I included Egypt as one. I originally tried Egypt, and I feel like it's the third easiest. It's harder than Relics and harder than Reggae. I feel like the ratings on these are all terrible, so I did them in my own order, which I found to be the easiest to the hardest. Found the easiest to be Relics, then Reggae, which is surprisingly rated as the 5th hardest level in the game, to be the next hardest. Then I went to Egypt, and that's where things started to get more tricky. For some reason I did this with the gems and crowns, and they were horrible. Because the last crown in this level is insane. And there's a part near the end of this level which is just insane in general. That's after Egypt. After Egypt was Land World. What's Land World, you may be wondering. Land World is, Street Basketball. Which wasn't too hard, but it had some pretty tricky fast parts using the speed portals. Yeah, I just did them in that order. And after Street Basketball, I did some level, Poker, then Cube, then Variant Christmas, then Deep Space, then Halloween, then Christmas, then E-Labyrinth. I personally doubt that I did it in that order though, because I do feel like Christmas is a little bit harder than E-Labyrinth. I probably should have done E-Labyrinth first, because I feel like E-Labyrinth is harder than Christmas. Then I did Castle in the Sky, then 1-Up, then Midnight Carnival, and then Neon. Then I tried to do all the 5 stars the perfect way, which seems to be not too bad so far, but I feel like it's definitely going to get trickier, that's for sure. In the middle of what I was trying to do, basically what I did was I did the ones with only gems that were made before crowns existed first. And out of those, E-Labyrinth was easy. Castle in the Sky took a little bit to practice, but it was easy. Deep Space wasn't too bad. There was like one hard gem. Actually, no, it wasn't that bad. Halloween was easy. There was like one hard gem in that level. What's after Halloween? Oh yeah, Christmas. Christmas is where it started to get more difficult. I only did Christmas just today, because the gems are super weird. Christmas is actually the last level that didn't have crowns in it. The last level to be made before crowns were created. The last level with 20 gems in it. And yeah, it's pretty tricky. Now what happened was when I was practicing Christmas, World Cup came out a few days ago. And I was doing something and I'm finishing it today. And that happened. That kind of screwed up everything because, not that World Cup was a bad level, it was amazing, but the problem was when World Cup was released, it's literally the hardest level in the game. It is actually the hardest level in the game. Before it was Neon, and then they just went and released a new hardest level, right while I'm practicing trying to get the gems in a pretty fairly tough level already. It made things complicated. But, yeah, World Cup is done now. And I did that today, and then I did Christmas with all the gems. And now that I've done all the ones that don't have crowns, it's time to do the ones that do have crowns. And out of those, I've done Egypt for no reason, and it sucked. I would have just done Egypt if it weren't for me doing it earlier, but now I did it earlier because I was an idiot. But it's okay. I actually managed to do it in an hour. That video kind of sucked because it was so laggy. Anyways, now we're doing Street Basketball, which Street Basketball literally adds one gem, which is kinda hard. And the rest are extremely easy. All the crowns are easy. I mean, the second crown requires fast movements, but besides the second crown, like, you're good. Like, this level is very easy to get all the gems and crowns in. For a 5-star level, I mean, you just have to know how to do the level itself, which I've practiced a lot. I'm saying that I've practiced this level a lot, that just made it easy, because when I died like 5 times in the end of this level originally, so now it's just super easy to go back and get all the gems and crowns, because they're all extremely easy. Except for, there is one gem right here, which is a little tricky. And I got it. GG. I know I haven't actually won yet, but I'm just saying GG because the rest are so easy. I mean, I know I haven't beat it yet because Mobizen might lag on me, but there's like a 70% chance that I'm getting through this, because that's just how easy this level is to do with all the gems and crowns. It's very easy, let's just say that. Oop, you have to go around that guy to get that gem. I screwed that up completely, and now I have to watch an ad. That's a good punishment. I can talk to you guys while I watch the ad, I guess. Yeah, now I'm doing the 5-star levels with all gems and crowns. Once I beat them all, what I'll do is I already did all my recordings for the all levels video, or at least the easy way. But what happened was, when I did that, as soon as I was done with that, like only a few days later, which happened to be 2 days ago, when I was doing something, frickin' World Cup came out of nowhere, and it ended up being the hardest level in the game. So that's trouble, because I'm gonna need to record that without any commentary and stuff. And that's gonna be troublesome, but I think I can do it. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna do it sometime, maybe tomorrow or something. You guys won't know because I'm not uploading it on its own, but what'll happen is, when I record that, what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna upload the all levels video just yet. I'm not gonna merge all the videos together to make it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, wait for its bonus level to come out, because the bonus levels generally come out quick. And the main levels take way longer than the bonus levels, so what I'm planning to do is, I'm waiting for the bonus level because I don't want to have to immediately have the video become practically irrelevant, because that level is already, another level has already come out. So what I'm doing is, I'm going to wait for the bonus level to come out, do the bonus level and, World Cup. I'm going to do World Cup, then wait for the bonus level to come out and do that. Then I'll merge the recordings together, because it should be a little while before level 29 comes out. I mean, recently, particularly, the main levels have taken forever to come out. Like, Egypt didn't take too long to come out, but frickin' the two most recent main levels, Circus and World Cup, have taken forever to come out. We've had to wait almost a whole month for Circus to come out. Circus took a long time. And it ended up being amazing, even though it was easier than I hoped it would be. I hoped Circus was going to be the level of World Cup, the difficulty of World Cup, because I love Circus themes. I like the aesthetic of a circus. I don't know why I do it, I just do it. And I know people find clowns creepy and stuff, so everybody was saying the level was creepy. But it's not even that hard. I beat it like a few tries. It's not that bad, really. So I loved Circus, except for the difficulty, but it has, like, my favorite song in the game, besides Neon. Circus and Neon are my favorite songs in the game. World Cup does have a great song, though, but World Cup took even longer than Circus did. And you'll know that because for practically an entire month, the Eye of Horus and Clown Park were the newest levels, because those were the bonus levels. So that's what I'm trying to say. Level 29, if it takes a long time to come out, at least my video will stay relevant for almost a month. And it'll stay relevant for a little while, because all the other videos will become irrelevant compared to it. Not saying that all the other ones will be bad, just because my video will be relevant. Because there won't be any newer levels for a little while. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's just hope the World Cup's bonus level comes out soon. And then before level 29 comes out, I'll record that without commentary, and of course I'll record it with commentary too, but without it, and then when I do it without commentary, I'll merge all the videos together and upload that. Now what I'll do after that is, I'll continue on what I'm doing now, is trying to do all the 5 stars with all the gems and crowns. So far it's going pretty well. Most of them, the only one so far that's been hard besides Egypt. I did Egypt a little early, so I guess you could say it doesn't count as part of this part of my Rolling Sky journey, I guess you could say, but the only hard ones so far have been Egypt and Christmas. Egypt has been the hardest of them. Egypt was the hardest, because not only was the level itself quite hard, but the 3rd crown, oh my god. But And besides Egypt and Christmas so far are the only ones that have been of some difficulty. Christmas wasn't even too hard, it just required a little bit of quick timings, practice. Christmas wasn't too bad is what I'm trying to say. It was pretty hard, but it wasn't as bad as Egypt. Egypt has been the worst one so far. Okay, first crown, it's so easy. Oh my god, of course I missed that. I always freak out when I get to that gem, when I don't need to. I don't need to. I don't know why I failed it. I just do. Anyways, yeah, besides Egypt and Christmas, all of them have been easy. E-Labyrinth was easy, Castle in the Sky was easy, Beach Space was easy. Halloween had like one hard gem, that's it. It was still pretty easy because in a level of 20 gems, one hard gem isn't really going to make a difference. With those levels, the only thing that I had to worry about was the difficulty of the level itself, because they're all quite hard. But the thing is, Christmas is one of the hardest levels of the game, and it had some pretty weird gems. Easily some of the weirdest gems in the game, so... Christmas was kind of a pain, but once I beat Christmas, it was like... Once I beat Christmas today, the only one that really gave me a ton of trouble was Egypt, as I was playing that for an hour straight. And I still had a lot of practice beforehand because of third crown. But yeah, and now that I'm done doing the ones that were made before crowns were created, I'm doing the ones that were made after in order of their ratings on the thing. I don't really care if the ratings were terrible, I'm just doing them in that order. There's a few that I know are going to be particularly harder and some that I know are going to be easier. People said this one was easy, and I expected it was not going to be too bad, but this is way easier than I thought it was going to be. This is one of the easiest levels to do the perfect way that has crowns in it. Practically even easier to do than its bonus level. It's so easy. Okay, I'm going to try and get rid of some of this lag. People say the gems are hard in Varying Christmas. It doesn't look really that bad to me. I'm just saying. I don't think Varying Christmas is going to give me that much trouble. Somebody said Relics was hard. I don't know what I'm going to think about Relics. Relics looks not too bad, but I'm going to have to see when I try it. I still got to go through Varying Christmas first. Right now I'm doing Street Basketball, but Street Basketball is practically irrelevant now because it's extremely easy. All I gotta do is get that gem in the fast part and not freak out at the one gem, and then I've got it. Like, all the crowns are easy in this level. There's no hard crowns in this level. The second crown is the hardest, and it's still not too bad. You don't get a lot of levels where the first crown is the hardest. That's something you don't get a lot of. The first crown is just generally not the hardest in most levels. I've only ever seen, like, 1 or 2 levels where the first crown was the hardest. Were there any? Are there even any levels where the first crown was the hardest? I don't know. 8-bits doesn't count because of mystery boxes. Mental Rage was very easy. Not very easy, but pretty easy. Joker's was not too bad. I think the third crown was the worst, personally. Fairy Tail's first crown is probably one of the easiest crowns in the game. Halloween Escape's first crown is, even though it was pretty difficult, still the easiest crown in the level. Laser. I think Laser's like the only level I've seen where the first crown is the hardest. And the only reason why the first crown was even hard was because it was in one of those reverse sections. Which is super hard to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's actually easy. It was still the hardest crown though, because the other two were extremely easy. Dazzle, no, the third crown. Matrix doesn't count, because mystery boxes. Monity's first crown was a little tricky, but it wasn't as bad as the third crown. Forrest's first crown was Not as bad as the third crown, maybe not even as bad as the second, I have no idea. Candy doesn't apply, mystery boxes. Kung Fu's first crown was way easier than the other two crowns. Then dirt, grunt, forgot. Okay, I just need to not spaz out. I mean, I originally thought Circus's first crown was the hardest, but now that I've actually tried it enough times, I feel like the second crown is... The third crown would be harder, but I think the third crown... Actually, I think the third crown is the hardest. It was super easy to get, but because it was in such a troll spot, it was just annoying. Organite's first crown is not too bad. Egypt's is definitely one of the easier crowns. Yeah. That also applies to this level. The first crown is also the easiest in this level. The hardest crown is the second. Still not hard, to be honest, but it's the hardest. But yeah, street basketball has been conquered. Now, for the remaining levels, next one I'm going to try is Varying Christmas. People say the gems are hard, and they look kind of hard, but I think it doesn't look too bad, personally. Then I gotta go to Relic. This doesn't look too bad. Then I gotta go to one of the hardest ones in the game, which I tried for just to see how hard it is, and it is very difficult because the last crown in it, so poker will be trouble. Castle in the Sky, I already did. Oh wait, yeah, these are the gem ones, which happen to be all right next to each other. Or the ones that don't have crowns. The ones that were made before crowns existed. Cube is also insane, and I have to do that directly after poker. I think Cube is the hardest, personally. I mean, poker has the hardest crown in the game, but I feel like Cube's gonna be harder because mystery boxes. People said Reggae's pretty easy. It looks kind of mediocre. Midnight Carnival, people say the level itself is worse. I know the last gem is a trick to get, but I think I can do it. Neon is, I hear the last crown is very difficult, and it looks very difficult, so yeah. World Cup, I'm pretty sure it's easy. I don't know if it's just me, but seems to be easy to get the crowns in. It's just the fact that it's the hardest level in the game in itself. But, they literally give you a free crown. A literally free crown where you get to do nothing to get it in the very end of the level. Which is kind of insane. But I feel like World Cup shouldn't be too bad. I feel like the first crown's gonna be the hardest. And then 1-up, I hear is quite difficult. So yeah, we'll just have to see when time comes. When the time comes. All I know is that Cube, Poker, 1-up, and probably Neon will be hard. Those are the hard ones. Anyway, bye-bye.